So today we go to closing or final whatever on our house, and the buyers get the keys. So I've got to go by there and get our last little bit of whatnot that we have in the basement, and get it all loaded up in the trailer in my truck, and then we're going to hook up the trailer and pull out of there and leave that house behind. We moved into the house back in January of 14. When I got out of the Marine Corps, June of 13, I couldn't afford to live in Maryland, didn't like the gun laws or the taxes, and so we looked over here in Virginia and we found this house, and this is our first house we ever bought. Been there for coming up on, I guess what is that now? It'll be, just coming January would be 8 years. Yeah, it served its purpose and whatnot. Little, 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Got about a half acre of land. Did a little bit of gardening and raising chickens and whatnot last couple years, but now we're trying to move on to find something bigger. Chickens running around like crazy. So I almost forgot this. This is a family heirloom. I don't know all the history behind it, but it's an old sewing machine that we've had in the family. Make sure I don't break it. Boom. It's an old sewing machine, Sears, Roebuck and Company, and this thing's definitely old. I would say probably 100+ years old, but we've had it in our house, storing it pretty much for my mom the last couple years. She said we can have it, but we haven't had a place to really put it and set it up. But once I have a good place to put it and set it up and whatnot, the extra time and money, I'm gonna probably try to get this thing refurbished and cleaned up and stuff. Even though we're never gonna use it, it's just more or less for looks at this point. Although it is functional. So we're going down to Avenue, Maryland. I have a client who we just did training with this past weekend. He's gonna be applying for his DC and his Maryland, and we're helping him through that process. So we're gonna go down there and get him to sign some paperwork. We're gonna give him what he needs for DC, so he can go down there and do that, knock that out. I'm gonna get him to sign some paperwork and fill out some stuff for Maryland, and we're gonna get on our way.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, sir? Just want to let you know, I'm about, give or take, about 20 minutes out. I apologize, we got caught in a little traffic. I guess there was a accident in like the Loveville area. But I'm about 20 minutes out, and I will see you shortly.
Where are you?
I'm coming past the DMV in Loveville.
Oh yeah, you don't want to take you that long to get here.
No. So I just want to let you know I'm running a little late, but I'll be there shortly.
No problem.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, bud.
Goodbye. We're not only submitting his Maryland for him, but we're helping him in his submission of his DC concealed carry permit application. So we've been doing this a lot lately. We've been doing this for a while, but a whole lot lately. It's been really kind of taking off lately, where people kind of realize, we've always done the training, we've always had the fingerprints and the photographs available on site, and we've kind of, given people guidance when it comes to submitting their different applications, but they found it to have so much value when it's hey, let's let the guy who does this for a living submit my application for me. Let me have him assemble it, make sure that everything's there, everything's done right. And not only that, but just the fact that it's submitted in a timely manner, because I found, you know, I've been doing this for 6+ years now, and a lot of times I'll have somebody, you know, like this past weekend we had a couple, and they were in class, and they had already done my class like 3 years ago and paid the whole gamut and did the whole thing. But when it came time to submit the paperwork, or to do the paperwork and to submit it, they just, you know, life caught up with them. You know, they got things going on in life, and next thing you know, one thing leads to another, and they procrastinate, and which I do too sometimes in general. And next thing you know, their fingerprints, they've lost them, or they've expired, their training is expired, and they've been left with nothing. So a lot of people have seen that, and they realize that, and they know that about themselves. And they say, you know what, let me just let this guy do it. So we are helping this gentleman with his process. Again, he's just having us do his Maryland wear and carry application, as well as his helping him through the D.C. process, because D.C. is the only one we cannot submit for you. We can help you put it all together, we can get everything straight and give that to you and give you the directions on how to go down to D.C. and submit it. So we do pretty much everything but drive you down there to submit it. A lot of these other ones, they can be submitted in the mail, or they can be even submitted online. So we do that for many of our clients. But with DC, we have to provide them, you know, complete guidance through that. Actually, now I think about it, this gentleman, he is actually the same type of situation. He's not the one I was just talking about, but he himself, I believe, also did the training about 3 years ago, and everything, you know, like I said, it was expired and stuff, and now we're doing the paperwork for him. So let's see if we can get to talk with him a little bit and see why, you know, he didn't submit his the first time, and see why he's now choosing us to do it for him.
A shame, think something new under the sun. You can't.
So is this the one you're going to register and carry when you're in DC?
You know,
Haven't quite decided yet.
Smith makes a version of this.
Yep.
That's a lot lighter.
Bodyguard, or are you talking about the M&P Shield?
Yeah, well, it's smaller. The smaller, or the 9mm of the smaller one of the two. I don't know which.
Yeah.
But it's lighter, and the Sig makes a real heavy gun.
Yeah.
And so probably I will just, you know, it's worth $900 or something.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, you know.
Yep.
So I'll probably carry something lighter and just change it. But
Yeah. I had you in class a couple years ago, right? Right. And what did you do then? You did all the paperwork then, or how'd that go?
I went to the attorney, and it just got, you know, we got right up to the. Actually, the cop came down here and interviewed me.
Yeah.
And the attorney didn't really know enough to. He frankly was not as clear about what had to happen as you guys have been. You know? And so the cop said, "Look, you've got to bank someplace in Maryland," and I knew we did, but I had used the wrong company for it.
Right.
I used a company where we didn't. So I had to go back and change the company. And I said, well, we do bank in Maryland. He said, well, get that then, because you got this permit.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, thanks a million. He's a great guy, and he was very helpful, you know, the policeman that was here.
Yeah.
And then I just lost interest in...
Yeah, one thing led to another, and years go down the road and you ain't got your permit yet.
Yeah, right. And so then I called you guys, and you said I had to come back and go through all this rigmarole again, which I did. It was fun. I don't care. I don't mind going through class. And
yeah. Yeah. All right.
Just come on back here. This is my favorite.
That's nice.
It's a great little gun. Great little gun. Can't hit anything with it, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
makes a lot of noise.
I like that.
Yeah,
how long you had that now?
Huh?
How long have you had that now?
I carried this in the 60s.
Yeah, I bet.
Carried this during the riots. Carried it in Washington for years. And You can see all the holster wear on it.
Yeah. So yep, your DC train certificate right here. They're gonna want a copy of that when you go down there.
Okay, this is DC.
Yep, yes sir. And let's see, I'll set it this side for right now. This is for Maryland. If you can date that for me right there. Today is the 30th. Yep, August 30th. And then I'm gonna take that back because I'm gonna give that to Aaron because Aaron's gonna submit that for you. This is the check for DC. This will cover your application fee and your fingerprints. So again, this is good as gold. You just got to give that to them though. Okay. Let's see, boom, here, boom, boom. If you could fill in your email address as well as your social security number there for me. All right, and then for this is when you whichever gun you want to register to carry in DC. That is the form for that. So whenever you don't do that right now, but when you're ready, you can fill that out. What is going to happen is you'll take, let's see, boom, boom. Right. So you're going to take all of this down there, as well as your check, and then put this in your envelope here. Yep. Let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna put all this inside of here.
That's DC.
Yep, that's DC. And then like, so let's just say for example, I'm not saying this is the one, but if this is the firearm you're going to register in DC, take pictures front, back, if any, side to side, anything so they can see all sides of that. And you're going to want to print those off and bring those with you, and then have this filled out accordingly if that was the gun. So all you got to do is fill this out, take those three to four pictures, and put that in that packet, and you take that down there to DC with you.
Once we do this, can we change this?
Yeah, you could. So you could, if you wanted to in the future, you could unregister it. Also, you can register additional firearms as well. Yep. Well, I appreciate it, and like I said, you got all your DC paperwork there. I'm gonna take this back for Aaron from Maryland. And if you need anything, you should have everything in there. But if you need any questions or you're not sure about anything,
Tell Aaron as soon as my wife has to get all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's fine.
She knows where all the bodies are buried. So
yeah.
she'll get me this stuff.
Cool.
No. You blame things that you do on somebody else. No. But they all see is you need help.
But I want to take a look at this house we saw. It's for sale. It's actually on the same road that of my house that we just are about to sell. We got a settlement on that on Friday, I think. But take a look at this house. It's a cabin with 40 acres. It's on the other end of the same road, so I thought it was kind of a coincidence. But it definitely needs some work. From the pictures, look like a little bit and whatnot. But coming here now to see how the land looks and see how the house generally looks, in person, because pictures always look a lot better than what they maybe are in real life. So. So I looked it up. This was made in, this house was built in 2001. Definitely wasn't very well kept. This front deck doesn't look too horrible shape. Look at this jerry rig. They stapled these screens on. Not bad though. I mean, obviously needs a lot of cleaning up. Look, they made this framed outdoor thing. So I'm nervous about these log cabins. They need obviously a lot more work than the traditional house. Like my old house, you just come out here and power wash the siding and you're good. With this, you have to power wash. From what I'm doing my little research, you gotta power wash everything. You gotta fill in some of these cracks a lot of times. Otherwise water gets in there and it creates a lot of damage. That, and you gotta go through and stain everything. These windows look janky. Like they definitely were like bottom of the barrel builder's grade. Better downspouts, get the water away from the house. It doesn't look like, man, yeah, they definitely like had renters or something. It's not really all that well kept. I'm not sure how many, there's nobody living in here right now. I wonder how long it's been sitting vacant though. Oh, this deck is rough. I would say this deck needs being replaced, and if we were going to replace the back deck, we would have to replace the front too. These doors look rough. They got duct tape and stuff holding it together. They probably don't have a good seal. Look at that. Look at that screen on that. That is so janky. But let's see if we can see inside. They got wood floors, but the way they have some potted plants inside. Left some stains on the floors from them. Yeah. It could. Definitely needs some work from what I can already tell from the outside. I'll have to get a better look on the inside, but it definitely has potential. They got 40 acres here, and probably right here where it's cleared, this is the only part that's cleared is all right here. Probably about 3 or 4 acres at the most that are cleared right here. The rest is all wooded. And I think from looking at the trees and stuff, it was probably timbered probably when they first moved in, probably 20 years ago. So I could probably do definitely some hunting, maybe a little bit of shooting here. But I wonder how this place looks when it's all cleaned up. Garage definitely has not been well kept. When you look at the property, it doesn't look like it's like only been built in 2001. Definitely was either one, not well that built, and or two, not that well kept. I imagine that they probably lived in here themselves for the first 5 or 10 years and had renters for the remaining time. I can't imagine somebody building this and keeping it in this state. So this is not actually a log cabin itself. This is just a facade that was nailed on. The sides don't have that same facade, but the house is legit log cabin, built. All the exterior walls are log cabin, but this garage is not though. Check the Zillow and see, what information that they have on there. I know Zillow's not the end all be all when it comes to real estate, but it definitely, can give us some insights into this property. 40 acres, 3-bed, 2-bath, open floor plan, heat pump electric for heating, central AC for electric for cooling. This falls under King George County, but it's right, we're on the edge. I think we're within a mile of, not even, of the Westmoreland County border, which my kids, they go to school in Westmoreland County, so it's about a 10-minute drive to their school from here, so that'll work out. It's about an equal distance from our last house to their school. So I looked at the site map, and it looks like the border of the property is not this telephone pole and not the next, but the second one down in there. And it goes into the woods about a quarter mile, and then down there on the edge of the tree line down in. So decent amount of land, and from here, we got the road like 100 yards right there, but you don't see any neighbors' houses. You'd have to clear out a lot of trees in order to see neighbors' houses, and that's the way I want it. Not that I don't hate people and stuff, but I definitely like my privacy. Definitely like not having to be bothered if I don't want to. So when we were driving in, I noticed this, and I came back to read it. It says, "Caution, firearms in use." I was looking for a sign that would tell me that this might be the right property for us, because we've been looking for 6 months, and we've looked at a lot of properties, but I think this is a sign that this might be the right one. We'll see.